Imagine sitting at home, holding your phone, opening a video and watching it load instantly. No cable, no physical connection, and yet gigabytes of information appear on your screen. Data that just a second ago existed on a server thousands of miles away. You don't see this transfer, you don't hear it, and you don't feel it. Yet it's happening. Wi-Fi is one of the greatest technological miracles of modern life, and yet few people actually know how it works. Today that changes. You'll understand how your phone, computer, or TV connects wirelessly to your router, how data moves through the air, why Wi-Fi sometimes lags, and how the same technology works in airplanes, hotels, cafes, or even public parks. It all starts with electromagnetic waves. Just like radio, television, or cellular networks, Wi-Fi uses invisible waves that travel through space at the speed of light. These waves carry information, ones and zeros, which your device can read and reconstruct into websites, videos, or messages. Most Wi-Fi networks operate in the 2.4 GHz or 5 GHz frequency bands. These are high enough to carry large amounts of data, but low enough to pass through walls and furniture with relatively little loss. When you connect to a Wi-Fi network, your device sends out a short signal looking for available access points, usually routers. These routers constantly broadcast their SSID, the network name, so that nearby devices can find them. Once your phone tries to connect, it sends a request, and the router responds. This initial exchange, called a handshake, is like a digital handshake, an agreement between the device and the router that establishes the connection and shares encryption keys. If the credentials are correct and your device is allowed, a secure link is established that allows two-way data communication. The router itself is a bridge between your home and the wider internet. On one end, it connects to your internet provider via cable or fiber. On the other, it emits a Wi-Fi signal that spreads throughout your space. Every connected device receives a unique IP address, which serves as a digital identity, ensuring the data packets reach the right destination. Data moves in the form of packets, small chunks of information that include not only the data itself, but also details about the source and destination. Thousands of these packets are constantly sent and received every second. The 2.4 GHz band offers greater range and better penetration through walls, but it's slower and more prone to interference, since many other household devices, like microwaves or cordless phones, also use this frequency. The 5 GHz band is faster and less crowded, but the signal has a shorter range and struggles more with obstacles. That's why most modern routers are dual band, allowing devices to switch automatically depending on signal strength and speed. Wi-Fi networks are protected by encryption. Most use WPA2 or WPA3 protocols, which scramble the data so that even if someone intercepts the signal, they can't read the contents without the correct key. Each device also has a unique MAC address, a hardware identifier used for access control and filtering. Even on a shared network, your connection is isolated, meaning others can't see your traffic. Wi-Fi signal quality can degrade due to interference. If you live in an apartment building, you might notice that your connection is fast in one room and slow in another. That's often because multiple routers are using the same channels and interfering with each other. To fix this, modern routers choose less crowded channels or use beamforming, a technology that directs the signal specifically toward your device rather than broadcasting in all directions. Some people worry that Wi-Fi signals may be harmful to health, but it's important to understand that Wi-Fi uses very low power, usually just a few milliwatts, and falls under non-ionizing radiation, which means it doesn't carry enough energy to damage cells or DNA. In fact, your smartphone, which sits directly against your body, emits a much stronger signal than your router. To date, no reputable study has found conclusive evidence of health risks from normal Wi-Fi exposure. Wi-Fi does have its limitations. One major issue is shared bandwidth. All devices connected to the same network compete for the same available capacity. If too many people connect at once, for example in a public hotspot, the speed for each user drops dramatically. Even idle devices send periodic signals to the router, which consumes bandwidth and adds to congestion. That's why network administrators often impose limits or use advanced scheduling algorithms. Interestingly, the name Wi-Fi doesn't actually mean anything technical. It was inspired by hi-fi, high fidelity, and used as a marketing term to make wireless technology sound familiar. The real technical standard behind Wi-Fi is IEEE 802.11, which has evolved since its introduction in 1997. Versions like 802.11b, G, N, AC, and AX now branded as Wi-Fi 4, 5, 6, and 7. Each brought improvements in speed, stability, and efficiency. Unlike mobile data, which involves paying a carrier for every megabyte or gigabyte, Wi-Fi operates on unlicensed frequency bands. That means users can set up their own networks freely, without having to pay regulatory fees. Organizations like the FCC, in the US, define these bands and ensure that devices comply with technical limits to prevent interference. This makes Wi-Fi free to use, as long as you already have access to the internet itself. Today, Wi-Fi is everywhere, in homes, offices, airplanes, trains, and even cars. The future brings even more. Wi-Fi 7 is expected to support faster speeds, better stability in crowded environments, and enhanced security. New technologies like mesh networking let you cover entire buildings without signal drops by using multiple interconnected routers that act as a single network. And Wi-Fi Holo, a low-energy standard, could connect smart devices in homes and cities for years on a single battery. It's easy to take Wi-Fi for granted, but behind every instant video stream or cloud document is a complex dance of signals, frequencies, and protocols. The next time you connect to a network and browse the internet without a second thought, remember, you're tapping into one of the most extraordinary inventions of the wireless age. A technology that quite literally makes the invisible work.